Welcome to the Productive Conversations podcast, and the world's a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I am the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. And it is a Friday, a feel-good summer Friday, the 21st of August, 2026. Our last tweet cap in the summer of 2026, and we're going to make the most of it. Where there are fraternity, cocaine busts, intense high-profile murder cases, How I Met Your Mother cast breaking people's hearts, crash outs on local news stations, a major scandal that might change baseball after all, and a lot more. So before we do that, and discuss what happened this past week, my name is Matt Brown. I am the host of the Productive Conversations podcast, and this is the tweet cap here on Productive Conversations. So we're here to talk about what's trending in sports, news, entertainment, and culture. I got Ryan and Jose with me to discuss what happened this past week before we head into the last 2 weeks of summer. What's up, gentlemen?
How's it
What's
going?
up?
I'm happy to see you all. Feeling good. And before we get into the fun, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcast platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms. We're on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X at ProdCobblePod, TikTok at ProdCobblePod, Facebook at Productive Conversations. And as always, check us out on all podcast platforms and YouTube. So, yes, this is our last tweet cap of the summer 2026. So no tweet caps for the next 2 weeks. The tweet cap will return on the Tuesday after Labor Day, September 8th, as we begin a brand new fall season there. No shows on the feed this week. We will return on Monday the 31st to begin our college football coverage. We're going to be covering college football every single week, starting on Monday, August 31st. And then week 1 will be after that. So check out on the 7th, that Monday, Labor Day, our recap of week 1 of the college football season. And then we'll take the next 14 weeks, as we do every year, discussing college football. And on top of that, a week after that, we begin our NFL coverage. Our NFL preview is Wednesday, September 9th. And then we will begin our weekly coverage after that on Monday, the 14th of September, 2026, our week 1 coverage, and then a 22-week journey after that. So good stuff ahead there, but we're going to enjoy the rest of the summer and relax until we have a very busy fall season where we continue to grow this brand and have a lot of damn fun doing it. So that's what I have for our programming notes. Ryan and Jose, how are you guys doing?
I'm good. Like you said, end of summer, trying to get the last bit of the nice weather in before it gets cold again.
Hmm.
I bet you
Okay.
can't wait for the cold weather.
I mean, it doesn't get that cold down here, but no, I happen to like summer. Uh, I feel like honestly, August through November is the best period of time. Like just weather-wise, calendar-wise, all of it. So.
We trust your word, Ryan. We trust your word
Hmm.
there. All right. Well, with that, let's begin our show, everybody. Here we go. Fraternities and sororities, Greek life, if you will. They have another reason to hate Greek life. So 14 people, 13 current and former Penn State students in a 14 people were charged in a cocaine trafficking ring run out of the Delta Epsilon and Sigma Chi fraternity houses at Penn State in Happy Valley, Pennsylvania. The Attorney General Dave Sunday's office says pledges were made to cut and package cocaine as literal indoctrines into the fraternities, dubbed as, quote, Operation Drugs Unlimited. Alleged ringleader Augusto Abatello, he was 24, nicknamed online as Pablo Plescobar, was denied bail after failing to show for an arrangement. Deals allegedly ran through Cash App and Snapchat. Supply lines ran from Philadelphia to New York City. Penn State has suspended Data Upsilon and says that it does not even recognize Sigma Chi as an official organization on campus. I am an alumni of Greek Life, a proud one, and pledging can be a very tumultuous thing depending on which fraternity or sorority you're in. And I have heard of similar stories like this, where there are literal drug mules, and of course we don't condone such a thing. But the thing that is so insanely dumb is that they made transactions on
Line
they made them on like
that can be tracked.
they made these transactions through Cash App and Snapchat. I even saw another article with Venmo, and that was I mean I think they're all fucked. It looks like they are gonna go down. So this allegedly happened in 2023 to 2024, so it's funny how this actually went viral now, but yeah, this dude, what a name. Agostino Abatiello.
I do like Pablo Escobar. I think that's a very clever
Yeah,
name. I heard
that's a
that he gave
fire
it to
name.
himself though, which is not nearly as interesting.
Like what why is this a
I mean, they
I
probably
mean,
made
it's
a lot of
hard, man.
money.
You think so?
I mean,
Yeah, I think so.
if they were really selling drugs to college students from, Pennsylvania and New York City, a lot of
Well, that's where
colleges
they
in
got the
Pennsylvania and New York.
drugs. That's where they got the drugs. All the selling was on campus itself. They actually got the
Oh,
from those two
well, that
places.
seems a little bit excessive. Just,
Well,
I don't know.
it was well planned until it wasn't.
It was well planned. My thing is, it wasn't that well planned because, again, to your point, Matt, they conducted all of their business online with an electronic record. Their Venmo said, not cocaine. That'll do it. Like, I don't know, but also if you're a pledge and they tell you I mean, cocaine, I guess that's making cocaine, not packaging it. But like, if they're like, here, package this cocaine, why would you do that? I'd be like, you know what? This is a bit too rich for my taste. Thank you, but I'm gonna take my business to a different fraternity, or maybe I'll join the Key Club or something. I don't know. I'll find something less. I don't know, less
This is
drug related.
definitely happening at other places too. This was
Oh,
I thought,
100%.
but it's funny. This is just a very Gen Z story now, especially whatever the official term is. I'll say Instacash websites.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, like Cash App or Zelle
yeah,
well, Zelle's
Venmo,
connected to a bank, so that's a little harder, but
but they made it as blatant as possible. But yeah, I don't know how you're going to get out of this one, and they're going to be tried as adults. So
well, I think a lot of the pledges are going to probably
go
throw
to
the leadership under the bus. They're going to say that they didn't have a choice, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. They're going to cop to the mistake, but blame leadership. And the older folks, the upperclassmen, the people who are in charge of the Greek life, like that part of the Greek life, they're the ones who are probably going to spend a long time in prison.
so you think Agostino, or I should say, Pablo
Yeah,
Escobar,
I think Pledge Escobar is probably going to be looking at a hefty prison sentence when this is all over.
which the internet made up that name. He wasn't referred to that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I heard it
It's
was
not
a
funny.
post post hoc. That's kind of what he became, which is not nearly as cool as if there was a guy who literally like no one knew who he was, but everyone on campus called him Pablo Pledge Escobar. That would have been way cooler.
Oh well, and it is what it is on this one. So you, Ryan, one thing we haven't done in a while?
What's
A
that?
high-profile murder case that's going viral.
Oh God, is this gonna be what I think it's gonna be? Have you
Yes, it
finally?
is. As I was saying with Jose, we haven't done a high-profile murder case in a while, so why don't we break that streak right now?
Awesome.
So we have the trial coming out of Duxbury, Massachusetts. This mother named Lindsay Clancy, allegedly killed her 3 young children in January 2023. Prosecution has rested after 14 days. Defense is now presenting an insanity/postpartum psychosis case. So we have Clancy, who has admitted to the killings.
Yeah.
The fight is entirely about criminal responsibility. Defense is leaning on postpartum mental health collapse and alleged over medication. Her mother testified that Clancy said, quote, this wasn't in her mind. Prosecution leaned on cell phone search history, which some searches cut against the defense and some support it, to paint a timeline. The case has been fiercely debated online, with some legal commentators and social media users siding with the defense's framing of the prosecution's case. Seriously, this is a tragic case, especially with the death of 3 children, only 5, 3, and 7
Yeah,
months
they were
old.
all so young.
But there's also this angle that people think that the husband did it, and he was able to manipulate her to actually admitting it. What do you guys think about this, or what have you heard? And is there a side you're on?
My wife has been deep into this case for
Really?
weeks now. So I've had to listen to all of the theories presented over dinner pretty much weekly. Um, the thing that's important, like just to clarify, you said this, but just one more time. The case itself is determining whether Lindsay was insane or otherwise mentally not capable of understanding what she did or not. That is the only thing they're determining right now. Like you said, criminal culpability based on reasons of insanity. That being said, listening to the prosecutor put together their timeline, as I have listened, and heard all of these things, I'm not even convinced she killed the kids.
Oh,
Really?
I mean, she admitted it, so I have to assume she probably did on account of she said it. And most of the time, not all the time, plenty of people say it and they didn't actually do it. There's a lot of studies and cases like that. But most of the time, if you say I did that, it's because you did that. But man, the prosecutor's case is insane. Basically, the idea is that this woman tried to kill herself, killed her kids, ran back upstairs and tried to kill herself a second time, and did all this in the span of like 20 minutes or less while her husband was at CVS. Also, the husband was at CVS, but he was sending emails at the same time from his home computer. I, the way that they've tried to create this timeline is almost insane. Every person they've called forward, all of her doctors, no one seems to know anything about this woman, yet they were apparently like her mental health care providers. If she doesn't get away, I won't say get away with because maybe she didn't do it, but if she gets found guilty of this and not at least found insane, then I don't know what that jury is looking at. I mean, I know what they are. They're looking at 3 dead kids, and that's really hard
Right.
to come by. But man, I don't. Based on what the prosecution said for their timeline, I don't even think the timeline makes sense. Genuinely, her body temperature was like 80 degrees or something when they found her outside. 80. You have to be outside. Even I mean, Duxbury is cold, but you got to be outside a long time to get your internal temp to drop by like 11 degrees. She was not out there for 4 minutes. That there's just no way. I'm sorry. There's no way scientifically that's true. So something is wrong.
Jose, what do you think happened?
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I heard about the case. I heard like postpartum, all that stuff, and how we should look into studies. And other than that, I really, in the 3 kids, I kind of just stood away from the case. Once I hear you killed 3 kids, it's like I'm kind of good. Like just do whatever you need to do with her.
I will say I just got a quick update from my wife who can hear me talking about this now. She says, true fact, people found in lakes in the wintertime, so if you get, fall through the ice in lakes, aren't even 82 degrees when they're rescued from the freezing cold water. So for a woman to be just outside at 82 degrees internal temp means she was out there probably for hours.
And where do you think the husband plays a role in this?
If it wasn't her, if she didn't kill her kids, then he did, right? I mean, let's just be honest. When kids die, it's usually the mother or the father, or if there's a babysitter that's taking care of them at the time. Like the person taking care of the kids is the person who kills them like 99% of the time. So if it wasn't the mother, it has to be the father. So I feel like it's weird because the husband is technically on her side. He's going with she did it, but she, by reason of insanity, shouldn't be found criminally liable. Ex-husband, I should say. He did leave her, and he's, I think, remarried now to another woman. Timeline on that is a little bit is abridged as well, but yeah, I mean, it's weird because it has to be him if it's not her. But she admitted to it, so I mean, it's the whole thing is so weird. But the prosecutors, these some of the dumbest people I've ever. I listen, and I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? Because
But it
I don't
seems like
see,
they might pull this off, though.
I don't think they have a shot.
Oh,
The
I
prosecution,
really don't. If I just from the general, just from all the facts that I got, the conclusion I'm making is it really is. It really does seem crazy.
oh, I mean, yeah, I feel like you have to be crazy to do this
Yeah,
if you did
Hmm.
it. But
yeah, but maybe I mean we'll see. But it's definitely is getting a lot of people talking.
the lawyer is getting a very popular. The defense attorney, her defense attorney, is getting very popular on social media.
Maybe he could pull it off.
It seems like he's going to. Uh,
All
yeah.
right. Well, then they got my support. Then if true justice is served.
Who knows? True justice is such a moving target, but the case is insane, and everything I learn about it gets crazier. So,
All right. We will follow the case from there. So, have you guys watched How I Met Your Mother?
I mean, no, I watched the last season in college because all my friends did, but I never went back to watch everything. I just pretended I did.
Overrated. Stupid
Yeah,
show.
I got that vibe. Granted, it was last season, which everyone says is the worst, but I wasn't that big a
It's
fan.
literally just Friends on CBS. Like,
That's a good point.
anyways, even though I might not be a fan, I understand there's a big fan base.
Huge following.
But we found out from the star Josh Rodner that he went on the Half the Picture podcast that he's not close to any of his How I Met Your Mother co-stars anymore.
Hmm.
Radner says he still loves them all, but flatly said no when asked if he's still close with the cast. He said he used to Zoom with Kobe Smulders, but he hasn't in a while. Allison Hannigan came to his wedding, but he hasn't seen her since. And it really does show, right? A perfect example of that. Some friends are just seasons, and they come and go. And no matter how close you are, no matter what big impact of a television show you might have had on the world, probably just going to go your separate ways, do other jobs, raise a
Yeah.
family, find a new hobby. I don't know, but it seems like a lot of people are heartbroken to hear that people lose touch, especially when it's some of their favorite cast members.
Yeah, but that's because people got the whole parasocial relationship thing. They like live vicariously through it's a job. They hired those people to play characters on TV. No, seriously, it's a job.
Yeah.
And when I mean, I've had plenty of jobs, and when I'm at work, I've got people that I hang out with. Occasionally, it'll be somebody that I will hang out with once or twice outside of work too. But
What a moment.
right, yeah, but I'll be
I
honest,
know.
very, very few times have I met someone through my job or whatever job I had, become friends with them to the point that years later we're still like super close. That is not common for most people's jobs, right?
What's me and Jose are like that, right,
Hmm.
Jose?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying it's not common though. I won't. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's
Of
certainly
course.
possible, but it's not common. And I mean, you guys had a lot of coworkers that you worked with at the same time. They're not all on this show. You know what I mean? There's probably plenty of people that at the time you would talk to, and now not so much. You talk to them every once in a while. Hey, what's up? You see them around. You have no ill will. You're still fine with them. You're still whatever. But they're just to make a lifelong friend at work. I don't. That's hard to do. Not impossible, but hard.
It's definitely always sad when you are friends with somebody, a coworker, and you really hit it off, and then you go your separate ways. I can think of a solid like 5 or 6 people at
Right.
various jobs, whether media or non-media. Man, I miss you, especially you, Amin, my
I
boy.
mean,
True story for a nice shoot.
I do remember stories about Amin actually.
A great guy. I haven't seen him since the last day, but hope he's well. That's my shout out
Uh,
to Amin.
but you see, that's just normal. That's life, man. So fans, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Do you think is there a cast on a television show you'd be sad to hear that they don't like each other? We kind of had that with Drake and Josh for a little bit.
I mean, you got that with Ben Savage and Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that they had, first of all, that Eric, he turned 50 years old. They had a big party, a prom theme party because he didn't have prom. And yeah, no Ben Savage, which really is a stupid reason not to see them anymore. Like, I just don't want to be, allegedly, I don't want to associate with that cast because of my political career that he lost running for office in Pennsylvania.
I mean, my thing with that, like the question that you asked though, is like that you'd be sad about. No, because it's all work. But what I actually, it's almost the opposite
This point in
problem.
my life is for sure. It's like, man, I'm gonna do the CM Punk. I'm just here to make money
Right, yeah.
until
But
you die
like,
and make friends instead, like he
but to
did.
me though, like sometimes you'll see a cast where they'll still do stuff together because it's still profitable, but they have to then pretend that they're still friends, like real friends, when they're clearly not. Like they're friendly. I'm not saying, oh, we hate each other, but we have to work together. I mean, like they have to pretend that they're as close as they were when their TV show or their movie was filming, and they're just not. They're not. And we know they're not, but it's still profitable. The fans still care, and so they pretend. I don't know.
You know,
The office people give me that vibe specifically, actually.
this is more sports related, but I was sad when I found out that A Rod and Jeter weren't close, at least not anymore.
But hey, it's because it's work, man. They had a job.
In a way,
They
they were.
left,
I
yeah.
mean, you saw in the Jeter died, they were friends.
Well, yeah.
So A Rod says some things in a magazine article,
Mm-hmm.
and coming in, and then the beef they had when A Rod went to the Yankees. Man, it
Uh,
just shows it's hard to be friends out here. It really is,
I-
especially now with how sensitive people are. For some
well,
people, you
that
get
too.
in one disagreement. I don't want to see you ever again.
And it's like their fam. They'll say that to like their mom.
Yeah, right. No patience for anyone.
No, which I don't like. I think that's horrible. But I do think people can grow apart, especially coworkers. So
Yeah, you know who I wondered when they had the SNL cast reunions.
yeah,
Those are the ones who could be real friends or not. Those who didn't show up probably weren't welcomed.
I will say comedians are interesting. They seem to get along better.
Yeah, at least
Like
this.
they seem to stay close. You know what I mean? Like you do a thing with somebody, like if you're in an SNL thing together and you all go your separate ways. Maybe it's because it's a tight-knit community, like you'll end up doing other stuff together
Yeah,
eventually.
but you also hear about like 10 years down the line that they didn't like each other.
Well, you'll always hear those stories about people who hated each other. But I
Is
mean,
it The
like,
Rock and Vin Diesel?
right, yeah. But I'm talking about like, I don't think it's weird to assume that, like, I don't know, Pete Davidson still occasionally talks to Michael Che, as an example. I wouldn't be
Did
surprised to
you
hear
ever
that.
hear the story of Keenan and his first wife? That the old cast member Chris Red, the other black guy
I
during,
remember, yeah.
and he stole his wife straight up. Oh,
Keenan stole Chris Red's wife,
oh,
or the
Chris
other way?
Red stole Keenan's wife.
That's not funny, but it's a little funny.
Bro,
Is
you
that why he
laugh at
got
his
kicked off
face.
the show? Is that why he got kicked off the show?
You'd have to look that up, but I'm sure there's something to do with it.
That'd be wild. I mean, that's not good for your career to take like the longest standing member of SNL's wife. That's probably a bad idea if you're on SNL.
Absolutely sad. Well, it is what it is. So, are you all familiar with Fox 2? Fox 2, an affiliate in Detroit, Michigan?
I
Obviously not.
I can piece together what it is. Sure. I'll say yes.
So there's now a resurfaced hot mic video of the former Fox 2 Detroit anchor Taryn Asher, who lost her temper at a coworker. Let me show you what I'm talking about.
Oh, so they're not friends anymore either, then are they?
Not one bit. But yeah, this is from Fox News. This is from Fox News 2 in Detroit, Michigan.
The local Fox affiliate.
I'm going to have to do that again. What's up, Trace?
I think you're in a...
I am. I'm in Amy's script, the Amy's Angels one. There was, the second thing didn't make sense, so I was just trying to fix that part. And
It's not even marked off. Like, we're still working.
I know, but I didn't have time because we have to do this, so I was still reading it. See, I mean, I can't wait for you to go through them all, and then I go through them, because then I'm already getting ready by then. But this time we had to do the PSAs, so. Finish what?
What I was trying to say.
Okay, because Sean just came in here and said something about marking off. Go ahead. I don't think you are. You're walking out really angry. Jeez, oh, Pete.
There you go.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
Can I please finish what I'm going to say? What the fuck? Grow up.
Yes.
You were gonna swear like that. Might as well stick with the Jeez, oh, Pete.
Man, it sounds
That
like
was-
it sounds like me and Ryan before the show starts.
That's right. I every once in a while we get into it and Jose logs off and I hit him with the Chizo. Pete, what's this guy's problem?
So there's a reason to this. This actually happened in the fall, and Asher was pulled off air in November 2025, fired, and is actually now suing Fox television stations for sex discrimination and retaliation. And this is actually all part of a discrimination lawsuit, and they released the footage. But yeah, as you see, she calls her coworker a bad name under her breath, and then snapping with the "what the fuck, grow up" at another colleague. This video surfaced after the Fox team filed its formal legal response to her suit. And so, I don't know where this is going to go for her. She was there it looks like she was there for 18 years, but
Wow.
now this is all turning into a big mess for her as we see where this suit goes. But yeah, they had to show that footage, I
I
guess.
mean, I don't know what happened, obviously lawsuit related, but nothing in that clip had anything to do with gender discrimination. She called another lady a bitch. I mean, come on.
I guess maybe this is to character assassinate her.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Right. But yeah, she's making some noise there. So I shouldn't say that, like, obviously if you're on a mic, always be careful what you say.
Yeah.
And all these hot mic situations always come up every once in a while.
I think this one's not. I think sometimes they're on purpose.
Do you think the infamous Tom Brenneman, when he called Cleveland or Cincinnati or Kansas City the FAGG city of the outside city of America, and then the famous Nick Castellanos home run? It's like, I'm very sorry, everybody, and there's a deep fly ball to left field. Back of the wall, it's gone. I just want to say, this isn't who I am. Not familiar with that clip?
I am, because we talked about it on the show. I feel like, no, I don't think that was on purpose. I think that that was a genuine, he forgot not forgot. He didn't realize that the mic was picking him up at the time.
But he still had those thoughts.
I think, like, every once in a while, when you have, like, especially, like, a world leader or, like, a celebrity or a CEO who has a hot mic thing, sometimes I think that's on purpose. And they're just, like, they want to get information out of there, but they don't have a good way to tell people. So they'll just pretend they said it by accident. Like, oh, I didn't think anybody was listening. And then it's out there and it's public, but there's some deniability. And you know what I mean? Like way back with Obama and Putin. I don't think that was a hot mic. He's president of the United States. He's not an idiot. Like, he knew the microphone was on.
Most infamous hot mic. Who was that guy, that killer, who HBO was doing a documentary on, and he...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That one was crazy.
And he spilled the beads, just tried to go to the bathroom. Well, they got me.
I think that, again, that's another example. That guy got away with it for so long. He was an old man when they did the doc.
Yeah.
I think he did he agreed to do the documentary because he was tired of running and being
Okay,
I
you
think
think so?
no, seriously, I think he admitted it on a hot mic, so he had the plausible deniability to be like, I never said that to anybody. Then they'll be like, well, we heard you on your microphone. It was on.
Ryan,
I'm telling
that's
you, I'm
Ryan. That's the
telling you
most
he did that.
stupidest idea in God's green earth.
I'm telling you that's
You know,
what
He was
happened.
taking a fucking piss when he was talking shit that I did it, blah blah blah. And that's the way he wanted to do it in the bathroom, taking a fucking piss.
Yes.
Or he could have done it live when they
No, he
asked him
didn't
a
want to do
question
it live.
and be
No,
grand.
you're not listening. You're not listening to me. You're not listening.
I
He
get what
didn't
you're
want to
saying.
admit it, but he needed to admit it, and so he admitted it when he had
You're saying he
plausible
had a guilty
deniability.
conscience.
How about he just
Something
was a,
to like, yes, Matt, something to that effect. It was like a guilty conscience plus.
It's not a guilty count. He was a fucking arrogant prick with just laughing at the fucking documentary people, taking a fucking piss, and just fucking
There's
laughing.
no
Yeah,
way
I
he
did
got. There's no way he got away with it for so long, and he didn't know how microphones work.
Ryan, he was fucking old. This motherfucker ain't thinking half straight, half that. He just doesn't get. He was an arrogant fucking prick. That's what it was. Come on, he got away
But this
with it
lady,
for how long? He got
It
away
was
with
Robert Durst, by the way.
yeah, but this
He got
lady,
away. Go ahead.
she didn't say she genuinely didn't realize that this was going to come up in court. I will say that. So there you go. But
Yeah, by the way, that was Robert Durst who was the
Yeah.
one who ratted on himself. Well, regard whether you believe this was his way to, turn himself in, or he was just too cocky for his own good. It's a really good doc. I highly suggest checking it
it
out.
is. And microphones, gotta be aware.
All right, guys, I've been looking forward to this one. I have a broad question of the day here, but until we go to our other questions of the day, but are the Los Angeles Dodgers on the brink of a major scandal? And in other words, are the Dodgers cooked? We have Dodgers owner Mark Walter. He's facing 2 active federal investigations. One from the U.S. Attorney of Southern District of New York, one from the SEC, into insurance companies that he controls through his holding company, TWG Global. Why do I bring this up? We know that the Dodgers are on this generational run. Back-to-back reigning World Series champions, money out the wazoo. They have all these essentially Hall of Famers playing at their prime or the end of their prime, and they are favorites to win a dynasty. So much, they've been going so hard with this that they're essentially causing the Major League Baseball to lock out next year.
Mm-hmm.
But how do they get the money to pay these players? Well, it seems like, allegedly, there was a dishonest way. So the Wall Street Journal reports that investigators are looking at whether money passed through intermediary entities in a way that concealed financial connections while borrowing billions from insurers that Walter controls, aka they did not fairly report where they got the money to invest into these teams. And they believe it's from these insurance companies instead. So I'm going to take your insurance money to pay for Ohtani's contract. In a way. Think of it that way.
Yeah, essentially.
So Walter and TWG haven't been accused of a crime, but a TWG spokesman said that he's, quote, always acted in good faith, and the matter will resolve favorably. Now, the extra wrinkle that this broke not long after the story about the Lakers being sold by Mr. Walter, that he sold his stake, got $2 billion more, and whether that is to pay potential fines coming or if he's getting ready for a big legal case, it all seems very suspect. Really does. I've been reading, been listening to podcasts on this, and whether this might lead to a major sale of the Dodgers, if Walter's going to actually face legal action for this, will the Dodgers have to blow up this big payroll? What do you think? Do you think Mr. Walter is donezo? And ultimately, it was too good to be true to afford this Dodgers team.
I mean, I don't know. only because if they can find a way, I don't know. I mean,
It was iffy.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Translated.
Yeah, I did see that, and obviously that's insane. That's probably a bad defense for them to use. But also like when the gambling story came for the Dodgers, the league really did sweep that whole thing under the rug. I think that's fair to say. The league did not want to talk about that. They wanted that to go away. Now, to your point, this Dodgers team is low-key about to cancel baseball next year.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, wow, these guys have so much money. The idea that the FCC, like, not to do
You mean the
political,
SEC?
SEC, yeah, sorry, but the idea that they couldn't bribe their way out of that is insane. Like, no, not to be political. This is the most.
It's all that adage that if the feds are looking at you, you're probably in a lot of trouble. They really have something against you.
Well, against you is the key because how many times it's a different agency, but CBS or Paramount, I guess, like plenty of people have bribed this administration to shut up and stop investigating them. It is not hard to do. Okay, like not just be honest with you. Right now, in particular, it's always
especially with the cushion.
Right. It's always been possible. It's always been possible. Every administration, so I'm not here blaming one person, but it's easier now than maybe ever before. So the idea that they're still looking is almost like, I don't want to say targeted, but it's almost like they're doing it because they're like, if we can skin this skin this cat, then we might be able to get a season next year. I don't know. It just the timing seems so fishy to me. This is apparently my conspiracy theory episode, where I believe everything is not what it seems in all of these segments. But I don't know. This feels like a targeted thing, and I do think that means they're probably cooked. If it's targeted and the end goal is to get them, no matter what, they're gonna get got.
I'm intrigued to see where it goes. I really am. And especially with all these deferring contracts and getting all this money for this team, I was reading up how people felt when he bought the team in 2012, that it was suspect, like simply where did you get all this money? And maybe it was a dishonest way. But we're gonna have to see what happens. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was, if something was pushed on the rug as well. As a lot of these billionaires obviously put themselves through to get a little edge. Well, the other sports-related story I have for you is, there was a year on this pod where it was the year talk about Taylor Swift, 2023.
Felt like 10 years.
2024 was the year of talking about Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, yeah.
And 2026 is the year of Pat McAfee. ESPN just announced that Pat McAfee is joining Monday Night Countdown for the 2026 NFL season alongside Scott Van Pelt, Jason Kelsey, Jason McCourty, and Marcus Spears. Comes as part of the reported $60 to $65 million a year contract extension. And this stacks upon his existing schedule, which includes a daily talk show from noon to 3, Saturday college game day duties, and now he's going on Monday Night Countdown. You will have Pat McAfee on ESPN every single day. He's the Rob
Twice
Dyrdek
on Mondays.
Yeah, he's the Rob Dyrdek of MTV, but for ESPN.
Well, you fired half of ESPN. You better make him the whole fucking ESPN.
I was gonna say, I was like, they don't have anybody else who works there, but no, they don't. They fired everybody to pay him $65 million. So I guess you have to use Pat because who else works there?
Oh, I'll tell you who. The no-name people who aren't big yet.
Yeah, but they're the ones we keep firing to feed the beast that is Stephen A. and Pat McAfee.
They're really going to make Pat a hated figure. Every single goddamn day. I remember, like, you're watching ESPN, they put it on in a doctor's office, at the gym, at the airport. He's just there. He just had a kid in May. Like,
Think he knows his name? Her name? I don't know the
oh,
gender of the child. But
that's a good. My answer to that would be a mean one, so I don't want to say.
well, I mean, in fairness, he's probably only met them like twice.
Like I don't know. Was he used to the schedule? Like Cody Rhodes was right. I brought it up last show.
You
You
did.
just can't say no. It seems that way. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
college game day and Monday Night Football. That's a lot. You kill
it
it.
is a lot.
All living that life on that jet. Huh.
But also, and this is not to be disrespectful to Pat, but it's not like he's lights out the best person they've ever hired for anything of this. Like his show, obviously you can't have his show without him, of course. And I think he does add something to game day personally. But it's not like he needs to be in everything. You got other like you know what I mean? Other people can do this. I don't know. It's just weird to me. It's if he was genuinely the most talented person at ESPN, I'd be like, all right, but I don't he's fine. He's good even, but he's just not this. You know what I mean?
It's Stephen, yeah, it's him and Stephen A. You get solid above average personality, but no one I'm dying to hear their opinion on.
Right, exactly. So it's like I feel like you don't need to add that one of the. Now, I'll tell you what. The only thing that would be kind of interesting is if the two of them were on doing something together, because I don't know how that would go. It'd be a train wreck, is what it would be, I think. But which could be very good and entertaining for ESPN. But yeah,
I just don't get it, bro. There's 6 decades of examples of if we throw a celebrity down your face, you're gonna resent them and dislike them. But let's keep doing it anyways. And I am a legit Pat McAfee fan, but every single day.
But you see, this time, Matt, the difference is before they did it, he wrote an album about how he's a polarizing figure. And so this way, it takes the power away because we already know he's a polarizing figure. You see? That's the genius behind the country album.
He's gonna have support for that soon too. Eventually. And there is also rumors that he would take over the Manning cast on the days that the Manning cast isn't being broadcast. So you'd have the McAfee cast.
Why?
I mean,
there's no one else who knows football?
I mean, I guess you have to not leave your house on Sunday. How does it? His wife is very strong and supportive.
I mean, he makes a ton of money, which helps, but
and we're going to have a 3-year-old and a 3-month-year-old, and not
right. It's like,
but then you know what happens with those kids, and I hate you, Dad.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm also like, there's no other family of football players who could just do the Manning cast when the Mannings aren't around. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Do you think Pat?
What about the Barbers? What are they doing?
Tiki Barbers on WFAN.
They're good. Him and Get Rodney out too.
By the way, Tiki Bar was a nice guy at Fanatics Fest. Big fan now.
Let's give him the Manning cast. We'll do the Barber cast when the Mannings can't do it. Problem solved.
Do you think in 5 years he just stops? Like, you might as well. 5 years, $65 million is.
No, I think he's a shark.
I'm gonna be real.
Almost $5 billion. What?
I'm gonna be real honest with Pat McAfee. As long as he stays away from WWE, I give 2 fucks what he does.
He said in a Instagram Ask Me Anything that when Randy RKO'd me and lost, I said I would never be in WWE ever again.
Don't give me that bullshit. That motherfucker is just saying that because he wants to come in the Rumble or some bullshit.
And he probably will. But my thing is, and this is true, I don't know, to the Cody point, not to keep it on wrestling, I don't know that he can say no. I don't know that he's got the ability in him to slow down. Which is honorable in some ways, just not to this extent. But yeah, no, I don't think in 5 years he's like, all right, I've done everything I need to do. I'm done now. I just don't see that. I can't imagine him being relaxed enough to not do 100 different projects until the day he physically cannot do them anymore.
I guess that's ultimately true, Mr. Page. All right. I want to talk about Shane Gillis really quick. Something popped up that I dream of, I'm not going to lie. Maybe this is an immature goal of mine, but it's still it's one that I will not push away. So one of his old high school classmates showed an old picture of Shane Gillis from the early 2000s in high school. And it's absolutely hilarious. He looks the same. I mean, he looks the high school version of him, but
Yeah.
This woman named at the Sprinkle Snob. She has the caption.
That's a horrible name for
What the fuck?
She said, "Who's that girl with Shane Gillis circa 2002?" Obviously me. So here it is. In 3, 2, 1. The Sprinkly Snob. There was, and the caption here, there was a brief time in history where I was more popular than Shane Gillis. So the story on the caption is, so recently I told my son that there's a brief period in history where I was more popular than Shane Gillis. And naturally, I pulled the receipts to prove it. Timeline was short, but I technically stand by it. Hear me out. So she says, about 20 years ago, Shane was a freshman and I was a senior. His dad was a coach of our basketball team, and Shane was always riding the bus with us. He was basically everyone's little brother. And I had promised him that when he got to high school, I'd take him as my date to a dance. A promise is a promise. Looking back now, it's honestly no surprise he's become one of the biggest comedians around. Even back then, he always had a quick wit and some hilarious comment ready to go. If you look through these photos, I'm cracking up laughing in most of them because he was constantly making jokes. The humor was always 100% authentic. Fast forward to 2026, I'm shamelessly pulling these photos out of the archives to gain some serious street cred with my son and his friends. So thanks for taking one for the team, Shane, even if it took me 20 years to catch up and finally cash in the favor. My cool mom stock is officially up. That is such a mom tweet.
That's what's up.
That is a mom. That's for sure a mom post, which I appreciate.
So we
don't,
have this photo.
I don't believe she was doing it,
That is Shane, 2002 Shane Gillis. He just needs the mustache. We had the captions here. This was 2002, 2003, but it still counts.
Yeah.
Hear me out. I was a senior. Shane was a freshman.
Attaboy.
I just hear his words. Oh, I promised him earlier when he got to the high school dance to take him to my date. And promise is a promise, period. All right, what does the Sprinkle Snob look like now?
I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay.
So that is the Sprinkly Snob, the one on the
Left.
I see.
Not bad.
Good for the Sprinkly Snob.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen, I'm going to say this right now. For all those who have fumbled me in the past 30 years, you could do the same thing and it will be a great reflection and a lesson learned. But it's not too late. If you want, you could DM me at MattBrown300 on Instagram. Put in 2 coconuts so I know you are legit and we can rekindle our relationship so we can either prevent this from happening or make it a cute story.
I don't think anyone has ever fumbled me. So I think every time it hasn't worked, it's been mutually beneficial to all parties. And there's no point in time unless I ever more popular than anybody. I have to imagine that will continue into the distant future. But so yeah, I have no DMs, but you should do the DM for Matt and remember the coconuts, otherwise you're just a phony and we don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I bet if I was Shane, I was so happy to see this.
Do you think he even remembers? Like, I mean, sure he remembers who he went to prom with, but like,
no, she took him more the looks like some winter dance.
Yeah, or whatever. Winters. Yeah, we had one with like poinsettia or whatever we had in high school.
I gotta listen. I listened to a show, the Matt and Shane Secrets podcast.
Yeah,
I hope he commented on this. It usually comes out on today, Friday. So,
all right, so we'll have to see. Yeah,
if he said something regarding this. So
if he did, his buddy will. Matt will have said something to make him respond. I'm sure of it.
great. It's a great podcast. I have an Is This Cringe moment for you all.
Oh,
So
last
is
time.
this cringe? This comes from Seven Suave. Is this cringe? I guess he wants to get a date. This is one of those, let me approach somebody on the streets and try to find a date.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happened. Here on your Is This Cringe moment of the day. All right.
Nigga, what?
Like a date? Wanna maybe go on a date or something?
Nigga, what?
Like a date, me and you, maybe?
Today we'll mess out here, baby.
Fuck you then.
Yo, nigga, fuck you. You wish you could fuck me, nigga. That dick bigger than yours anyway, nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, bro just wanted a date with a stud. What's wrong with that?
Well, nothing, but they were very clear. The answer was no, and then he had to spout off at the mouth about it. And honestly, got owned. Got owned by the person, a very handsome pedestrian. So there we go.
Oh my god. So is this cringe or not, though?
I think it's cringe to film yourself asking a stranger out on a date. As a general rule. So yes, I'm going to say this video is cringe conceptually. I don't know that I care about how they responded. Honestly, that's fine. It was funny, if anything. But I do think it's cringy to be like, I'm going to go up to a stranger and ask them on a date. Like, no, you're not. If you were being serious, you wouldn't be filming it. So, like, it's not real. It's just content. And it's cringe content at its peak, in my opinion. Annoying strangers for content is cringe at its peak.
Okay. Let's do some questions of the day. My first question of the day for you and be honest. And make sure you are very, very passionate on the camera. You can do this. First question of the day. What would you say to your ex? Or I should say, question of the day. What do you want to say to your ex?
Easy. Fuck you.
Oh.
Okay. That's one. Jose. Fuck you.
I don't have that animosity. I can't.
Oh, come on, Ryan.
I don't have that. I'm not angry enough for this to be interesting.
Well, then what's the nice thing you have to say?
Yes,
I mean, if I saw my ex for the first time, I'd probably say, "Hi, how have you been?" I would just ask about what they were doing. Yeah, why would I don't care. I'm happily married. I do this show. That's fun. I've got other things that I've been working on. Everything's going okay for me, more or less. So I just don't have that anger in me. Now, if I met some of my old bosses, it'd be a very similar response. But to Jose. But yeah, ex, I don't know. No one's ever left me brokenhearted. I think that's the moral of the story.
You know what I would say to my ex? So I would say,
go ahead, give us something good.
We could have been great friends after the fact, but you were so lame about it. This is your fault.
This is your fault. Blaming them. Oh, man. I mean, do you guys feel like I think I know Jose's answer, but you actually feel like, is there someone that you can think of in your mind's eye that genuinely, like, broke your heart?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not salty or upset about it.
Well, I'm not saying even now still, but at the time. I mean, like, at the time. Because I can't think of a single person where I'm like, you know what? And I've been done dirty.
You only been
before.
with like 2 women. It doesn't count, man.
Well, no, there's been more than 2. And some of them have done me dirty, I will say. But it's just,
What is that?
We were young.
Going to eat lunch at the cafeteria?
No, not like that.
Yeah,
But
how many women, serious relationships did you have, Ryan?
I mean, literally probably 4 or 5.
All right, so chances of you getting really brokenhearted.
Right, no, I'm not here insulting. I'm just saying, like, I don't have the same level of intensity because None of it's that serious.
Well, I've been upset and heartbroken, but you move on, and what else are you gonna do? You can't get
Yeah, you
obsessed.
move on. Of course, you're not
You have
gonna
to move on,
fucking
yeah.
be stuck in it, but you're a fucker still.
Well, no, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, just like that's my thing. They tricked me. They said I want to still be in your life. I want my best friend back. And I was like, okay. So I treated like my other friends. They didn't say anything, and then I blocked them. So
Well,
we could have been
yeah.
close friends. This is your fault.
I'm gonna agree. Whoever this is about, that's your fault.
Oh yeah. My next question of the day is is my next question of the day. Can someone be the right person at the wrong time, or is that just an excuse?
I think so.
That's possible.
Yeah, I think that's possible. You
Yeah, I
could
think that's
be
just the wrong person at the wrong time, anyways.
No, I think a person can be genuinely a really good fit for you in a lot of really meaningful ways. But if you're not ready for whatever reason, and it doesn't have to be like you're mature or anything, like if you've got family shit to deal with, if you've got
Job, financial,
right.
emotional.
Yeah, I think there are people you can meet people who would genuinely be really good matches for you, but you just have to focus on something else right now. And so you risk losing that person because that person can't be expected to wait for you forever to figure your own stuff out. But
Hmm.
I do think you could be the right person who just unfortunately came out at a time where, the other person was too busy for whatever reason or too wrapped up in something.
Okay, that's a good one. Um, if my next one is should is voting for a third party a waste of a vote?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I guess, right? Kind of. It depends on, I don't know. I don't want to, I'm not trying to be mean because I do think there are people who take principled stances. But at the end of the day, you know that guy's not going to win, right? Like everybody knows. I say guy, it could be a girl, but mostly, let's be honest, a guy. They're just not going to win. So the reality is, you are not voting for either of the two people who could win. But I mean, if enough people vote for somebody, again, they're still not going to win. But it does genuinely show people around the country, like, wow, folks are really pissed off if that many people are willing to vote for someone they know is not going to win, just to not vote for the two people who have a shot. That's a genuine piece of data that could actually change things. But it's a double-edged sword because when you do that, you make your voice heard and your displeasure is registered, but then you don't have any say in who ends up actually winning. So it's kind of, I'm going to say it's a waste because you can't pick the winner. But I do think there's a reason people do it. That's not just stupidity.
Would you rather have a president you personally dislike who makes the country richer, or one you love that makes the country poorer?
I mean, Richard.
Richard, obviously, you're putting money in my pocket.
Even though he fucks you over, or
Well, if he
he
fucks
hates
me
you,
over, then no, I don't want that. But
How is he
if,
gonna fuck me over if I'm making money?
yeah,
the country though, maybe you don't get any of it.
no, if the country is better off and I don't personally like the person, I'll get over it. But if I'm having a bad time and everyone I know is having a bad time, then we're not better off. Maybe somebody somewhere in like the stock market is making having a better time, but that doesn't count. I'm talking about normal people that you talk to like on the weekends at a bar or at, backyard at the grill. Like those people, if they're better off, then that's the most important thing. But
Should celebrities stay out of politics?
I think they should
No.
understand what they're getting into. Don't have a political opinion and then be upset when half the country hates you. That's what politics does. Yeah.
I feel like
I'm
use
looking
your
at you,
platform,
Jackson
but
Dart. Why are they mad? I don't know, because half the country hates the dude. It's okay. You can like him. It's not against the rules. But yeah, the people who bother me are not that celebrities get political. It's when they're like, "Oh, well, it's my right." I'm like, yeah, it is your right, but it is their right to call you a piece of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to
I
like
do
you.
know what you mean. Like,
Yeah,
know what you're talking about and be
that too.
confident with your bold statement.
Right,
That's all.
and own it. Own it.
And it seems high profile people like to bring something up for the hell of it.
Right. And then they're like, well, I didn't really know, or the big one is, well, I didn't want to start a. No, if you have something to say, you're totally allowed to say it. We don't have to agree with you because you're famous. We don't have to like you because you're famous. So saying controversial shit, you're going to probably end up being looked at controversially.
All right, my next one. My next batch. How many sexual partners is too many for someone you're dating?
One.
I don't believe you.
I
Just
I
prefer
mean,
someone that never been touched, Ryan. But the case, as much as that's probably hard to find, one would be as the limit I go.
I mean, uh, if everything was safe, right? If everybody was careful, it's not my business what you did before we met, right?
I get that. That's not the question. How much would you like your partner? What number it is? Your preferred number. You will always pick 0 or 1. Now, if she had 10 and you accept it, that is on you and good for you. But preferably, it'll be 0 to 1 would be a great start. But if not, and you're chill, I'm like, overlook that.
So preferred is kind of a strong because for me, and just going back to young Ryan, my preference was that they were interested
A
in me because
virgin.
that never happened. No one ever was interested in me. So just being interested in me was the most important thing. Everything else, biography wise, was totally negotiable. So I'm not gonna pretend I actually have a preference. I don't. But I get what you're saying. Like you can be fine with any number and still be like, but less means I'm more of the percentage, I guess, right? I get what you're saying. I just genuinely I don't care, and so it's hard for me to just pick a number.
Yeah, I get it, Ryan. Beggars can't be choosers. I got it. We get it. Half of America gets you. Yes, we got it.
Half of
You're
America, you think? Which half?
fucking with today's society. Everybody's fucking sitting home being fucking noobs and shit, playing video games and fucking strolling on Twitter and see what the world's going on. It's the stupidest thing in the world. Nobody goes out and meet bitches nowadays. They have to meet them online or at work.
I didn't
So
meet my
half the
wife.
people,
I didn't meet
half
any of
the
my people online.
well, I'm talking about the new people now, the 20-year-olds right now. You're in your 30s, so
I
you
am.
lucked out. Imagine your era is right now. You just fucking grew up 10 years too early.
Ah, I see what you're saying. I was a man out of time.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it
Futuristic
okay?
man in the past.
I got a question. Is it okay to keep an attractive backup option in your DMs while you're in a relationship?
Yes. Two
How
or three of them, in fact.
How serious is the relationship?
In a relationship, this is as broad as it can be.
Ryan, I get it. You're going to be like marriage. If you already said I do in the front of God, sure, you're right. But as a right
definitely
fucking
that.
now,
But
as a right fucking now, if you're just dating the chick, you're always nice to have a backup plan, especially when the girl knows that you already have a number one option and she's not it. You keep that girl because she's loyal and she's ride or die.
I think if you're dating casually, yes, it's perfectly fine to have a backup option waiting. If you're casual about it.
But if you're boyfriend and girlfriend
That's a tough one.
You're in the first 6 months.
That's a tough one. I mean, you could probably justify it because it's a holdover from before, but once you get a year in, that's a tough one. Honestly, once you get 7 months in, it's getting a little bit tough.
Would you tell your partner if you had crush on their best friend?
Yeah, certain situations, sure. If your girlfriend, your partner is like, damn, if I was a lesbian, I would love to fuck my best friend. Yeah, you know what? We have a shot here. Guess what? I like your friend too, so let's make this. We both can fulfill our fantasies.
I don't think so. If you're genuinely smitten with somebody, it's weird to talk to your
It
partner
also
about it.
depends on the relationship. What if you had an open relationship, or what if
Well, of
you were
course,
into
if
that
it's
kinky
open,
shit?
that's fine. Yeah,
But
that's just normal.
well, the question depends on. It can go any way. If you got the Ryan type of fucking relationship where you're just stuck with one person for the fucking rest of your life until you go to
Right.
heaven,
It's called
then
married, yes.
obviously, yeah. But if you're in my type of relationship and that shit, an open game, it's like, all right, it's open season, motherfucker. Let's get in there.
Well, sure. No, and I actually agree with you, Jose. Yeah, it really does depend on the relationship. I mean,
Yeah,
also, if you are married, you could talk about if someone is genuinely attractive, you could mention that. It's not a problem to see
Ryan,
other attractive
you're not
people,
gonna tell your
but you
girl,
can't talk about
your
somebody's
best
friend.
friend. The
Right, you can't
question
talk about
is,
somebody's
yeah,
friend
what
being
the fuck,
attractive to
Ryan?
them. That's just will never work out well.
Okay, well,
You know what I
Ryan,
mean? Like you have to reserve that for other things. That's
you
not
need to
you
stick to
can't
your
do
lane,
that.
Ryan. You need to stick to your fucking lane. You're the goody
I
two shoes.
we
That
haven't
was not.
disagreed. We
That's
haven't
not
disagreed
a
on
goody.
this.
Yeah, but it comes from me. Shitty advice that comes from my side.
But it
You're
wasn't.
supposed to.
I
All I said was it is okay to talk. It's okay if you're in a relationship, a serious one,
To
to
tell
notice other people
yeah,
can be
to tell
attractive.
your girlfriend, hey, you know what? Like,
No, that's a bad idea. I want to put
what did
that
you
on the
say?
record. Bad idea. Don't do that.
okay, well, thank God we clarified everybody.
All right. If your partner cheated with your best friend, who would you forgive first?
I'm cutting both of them off. What the fuck? I ain't forgiving none of them. My girl's a hoe. I already figured that. So I'm gonna be more pissed off. My best friends will be my ride or die partner. Bros before hoes. When that
Yeah.
motherfucker turns on me, it's a problem. I can get
Yeah,
another
it would
hoe.
take a long time for me to get over that for either people to what Jose's saying. But yeah, it's definitely worse. The guy definitely did
Mm-hmm.
you way dirtier than the girl did. I mean, the girl obviously did you dirty, but it's not the same. If you're friends, they shouldn't even entertain that. You know?
Good. I would be pissed too. I'd be more disappointed in my best friend.
Yeah, 100%. The best friend is clearly the person to be more disappointed in.
Would you leave a 10-10 relationship because the sex was terrible?
I mean, yeah.
Is no matter, even though you connect emotionally, spiritually, you feel safe around her. She brings genuine joy just hanging out. But when it's time to go to Pound Town, it ain't it, and there's no chemistry.
You
See ya.
have to you have to connect during that. That's a very important part of a relationship. No, see, I mean, I'm being like dead serious. This is not me trying to be not going into Jose territory or anything like that. It's if a lasting serious relationship, that is an important part of it. If that isn't there, it becomes very difficult for everything else to hold. Like you need all of it. Like genuinely, you need all of it. But and again, it doesn't have to be also, 10 out of 10 plus it's the best you've ever had. But like, if you don't connect physically like that, then the other connections are not going to, you can't replace physical connection with all the other stuff.
All right, and my last one before nuclear opinion. Would you stay with someone who admitted they weren't physically attracted to you anymore, but still loved you?
Well, if I was Ryan, sure, yes. If it was me, fuck no.
I mean, kind of goes to my last point. If the physical intimacy is gone, then no one's happy, and you shouldn't do that. You know what I mean? You need to be able to continue physical relationship, otherwise the relationship is not going to work. Doesn't matter how much love you have for one another.
Powerful stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nuclear opinions, guys. Everybody tell me your hottest take in your world or the world around you.
May I go first?
100%.
So I am going to a concert on Wednesday,
Oh, fun.
and I realized I need to pay for parking. You have to prepay parking with MetLife.
Mhm.
And it comes to beknownst to me that all the fucking parking tickets are sold out because they're on fucking second market and they're double the fucking price. To all the motherfuckers that decided, hey, let me buy every parking spot and try to sell it, fuck you. Fuck you, just like you, my ex-girlfriend. You fucking pricks. All right? Thank you.
We got to do something about that. That shouldn't be allowed. You
It
shouldn't be able to
shouldn't.
buy a parking pass
A
until you show them a
$25
ticket.
fucking, yeah, a $25 fucking dollar ticket, a parking spot went to $50 fucking dollars. Fuck out of here. To get
It's
close
like-
to MetLife Stadium is $100. I'm parking my ass at the Dream Mall for all I fucking give a fuck.
But like, you buy a ticket to the event, right?
Mhm.
You need one parking pass. You do. You just need one.
Right.
Even if you buy 4 tickets, you only need one because you're theoretically all coming together. So to me, like, you really, really they need to crack down on that. You shouldn't be able to buy 5 parking passes, even if you buy only one ticket. Like, that shouldn't be allowed.
I agree.
Right.
Strong agree on that one. You know what my nuclear opinion is? That Celsius.
The drink?
Yes.
Okay.
The Celsius is the best damn energy drink of all time. Better than Monster, better than Red Bull, better than those Crooks at Alani, better at lots of energy drinks. That is the way to go. And I love, they literally have some that taste just like soda. There's one, I can't think of the name. I see it now. It's like orange, brown, and red. And it literally tastes like Sprite. So that's excellent. The grape one, the fruit punch, big fans of them all.
I don't do energy drinks, but I'll take your word for it.
And right is the correct response to that.
Did everybody see the Odyssey yet in this little group here? Because my nuclear opinion, I was reading about this. So in the Odyssey, they keep talking about this Zeus's Law deal, right? And so I looked it up. Zeus's Law is basically like,
and how does it relate to the film?
Well, they just talk about it all the time in the film of like, you have to be a gracious host to strangers. The logic is they could be the gods in disguise, so you have to take care of their needs and all that, regardless. Yep. Anyway, so I was thinking about that, and then I looked it up because I was like, is that even real? Like, is that a real thing? Or is that like a mythology thing, a movie thing? And it turns out it was genuinely a real thing. And so I think we should all, in honor of the Odyssey, which has now made $1 gazillion and is going to win every award that it can possibly win, we should try and do a Zeus's Law month. We should organize this where everybody gets super serious and tries to follow, as it's written in the Odyssey, the Zeus's Law, which is absolute hospitality. Don't start questioning people as soon as you meet them. And then mutual respect. Those are the 3 things. They sound really easy, but Matt, you and I both know, we look at the internet. None of those 3 things happens anymore. So I think we should, for 1 month, it's almost like a sober October. But it'll be like a Zeus's Law September. Where we all try to do that and see if it makes our communities any better. I think it will, which, by the way, is the moral of the Odyssey. But that's my nuclear opinion. We need to bring Zeus's Law back from ancient Greece to modern day America because we need to learn those lessons. It was very interesting to read about it, like the real practice, not the movie. And yeah, I thought it was interesting, so I wanted to talk about it.
How inspiring, Ryan. All right. That'll be our summer for the Tweet Cap in 2026. The Tweet Cap returns on Tuesday, 2 weeks from Tuesday, the 8th of September, 2026. The first day after Labor Day as we begin our fall season. Looking forward to see you then. We are off all next week. And then we're back at it on this feed on the 31st when we do our college football preview. So check us out then. College football preview, August 31st. The first Tweet Cap of the fall season, September 8th. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Stay safe out there. And remember how precious the summer is. Because once it's gone, it's gone. So that's Ryan Page, Jose Rivera. My name is Matt Brown. I am the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. We'll see you in a couple weeks, and it's going to be the best fall season we've ever had. So see you then, and have a great one.
See ya.
See ya.